my name is Nur Atirah Najwa binti Muhammad Arifin. My number matric is DBA 202126361 and this is my group's member Nur Natasha Wahida, Siti Shawanina, Maria Natasha and Nur Shafika.
Hi and Assalamualaikum to my Professor. I'm Maria Natasha and I will explain my part about establishment of Shariah Advisory Council in Malaysia. The Shariah Advisory Council of Bank Negara Malaysia, as known as SSC, was established in May 1997 as the highest Shariah authority in Islamic finance in Malaysia. The SSC has been authorized to ensure Islamic law for the purpose of Islamic banking business, takaful business, Islamic financial business, Islamic development financial business, or any other business which is based on Sharia principle. It is supervised and regulated by Bank Negara Malaysia. As the reference body and advisor to Bank Negara Malaysia on Sharia matter, the SSC is also responsible for validating all Islamic banking and takaful products to ensure their compatibility with the Sharia principle. In addition, it advises Bank Negara Malaysia on any Sharia issue relating to Islamic financial business or transaction of Bank Negara Malaysia as well as other related entities. In the recent Central Bank of Malaysia Act 2009, the role and function of the SSC was further reinforced whereby the SSC was accorded to the status of the sole authoritative body on Sharia matter pertaining to Islamic banking, takaful and Islamic finance, while the ruling of the SSC shall prevail over any contradictory ruling given by Sharia body or committed constituted in Malaysia. The court and arbitrator are also required to refer the ruling of the SSC for any proceeding relating to Islamic financial business, and such ruling shall be binding. Consisting of prominent Sharia scholar, jurists and market practitioners, member of the SSC was qualified individuals and have vast experience in banking, finance, economic law and applications of Sharia, particularly in the areas of Islamic economics and finance. Here are some of current SSC members, such as Prof. Dr. Ashraf Muhammad Hashim is the chairman and has been SSC member since 2010. Second is Datuk Prof. Dr. Muhammad Akram Lardin as Executive Director of the International Sharia Research Academy for Islamic Finance, ISRA. SSC member since 2008. Next, Prof. Dr. Akul Rabi'ah Adawiyah Angko Ali is a Professor Institute of Islamic Banking and Finance, International Islamic University Malaysia. SSC member since 2006. Encik Baharudin Lokman, Encik Zainal Abidin Jamal and so on. They are people who are qualified to handle the matter as they have qualification and professional experience.
Next point is qualification of Sharia Advisor Council. It is consisting of prominent Sharia scholars, jurists and market practitioners. Members of SSC are qualified individuals and have vast experience in banking, finance, economics, law and application of Sharia, particularly in the areas of Islamic economics and finance. What is Sharia Advisory Council in Malaysia? As the reference body and advisors to Bank Negara Malaysia on Sharia matters, the SSC is also responsible for validating all Islamic banking and takaful products to ensure their compatibility with the Sharia principles. The Sharia advisor must have an impeccable track record in the companies he or she has served either in capacity of an employee or director, chief executive or as chairman, has not been terminated or dismissed in the capacity of employee, director, chairman of company. The Islamic Finance Qualification (IFQ) is a global qualification which covers Islamic finance from both a technical and a Sharia perspective. Developed by industry experts. The qualification will equip you for success in this rapidly developing field. Who upon Sharia commit? The bank activities are subject to the Sharia compliance and confirmation by the Sharia committee consisting of minimum 5 members appointed by the board of directors for a 2-year term.
I will explain for my parts. In Malaysia, the appointment of members to the Shariah Advisory Council (SAC) of the Central Bank of Malaysia (CBM) is prescribed by the Central Bank of Malaysia Act 2009 on Act 701. The Act stipulates the provisions pertaining to the eligible persons to be appointed to the SAC, procedures, terms and conditions of appointment, and also remuneration and allowance for the members of SAC. In this regard, the question arises whether the prescribed provisions are sufficient to regulate the appointment of members to the SAC and free from any shortcomings. Hence, this study sought to analyze the existing legislation governing the appointment of members to the SAC and to analyze the legal issues arising from the existing legislations. By using legal research methodology, this article analyzed the entire provisions dealing with the appointment matter. Based on the data collected from statutes passed by the Parliament of Malaysia published materials, the analytical method was used by scrutinizing the related provisions of the law pertaining to the appointment of members to the SAC. This study found that several loopholes exist in the statutory requirement of the existing law, which needs to be addressed by the respective authoritative body in order to avoid any legal conflict in the future. Hence, this study is significant in order to strengthen the existing legislation governing the SAC, especially related to the appointment process. In order to ensure that only the qualified person to be appointed as a member to the Shariah Advisory Council, hereinafter referred to as SAC of Central Bank of Malaysia, hereinafter referred to as CBM, and the Government of Malaysia has inserted several provisions regarding the matter in the Central Bank of Malaysia Act 2009 on Act 701, hereinafter referred to as CBME. With the implementation of CBMA, the matters pertaining to the appointment of members to SAC are enshrined in Section 53. In general, such section incorporates 4 key points regarding the appointment of the SAC members. A. The eligible persons to be appointed to the SAC. B. The appointment procedures. C. Terms and conditions of appointment. And D. Remuneration, the allowance for the member of the SAC.
Rules of Advisory Council. Shariah Advisory Council is a body set up by the Islamic Bank authorities to ensure the operation and activity of the bank are Shariah compliant. The Islamic Financial Service Act 2013, which came into effect from 13 June 2013. Section 30 of Islamic Financial Service Act 2013 is to require an institution to apply directly to the central bank for the establishment of Shariah Committee. This will enable the central bank to have direct information as to the member of the Shariah Committee in an Islamic financial institution, which at the same time to ensure a proper supervision towards the activity conducted. It is a step for Islamic financial institution to ensure Shariah compliance in the Islamic finance practice. A close monitoring and supervision by the regulators, namely Bank Negara Malaysia and Security Commission Malaysia. Section 29 of Islamic Financial Service Act 2030 is: the bank may, in accordance with the advice or ruling of the Shariah Advisory Council, specify standard on Shariah matters in respect of the carrying on the business, affair or activity by an institution which requires the ascertainment of Islamic law by the Shariah Advisory Council, and to give effect to the advice of ruling of the Shariah Advisory Council. This section 29 stimulates The Islamic financial institution under the Act required to comply with Shariah standard issued by the regulator in accordance with the advice of Shariah Advisory Council Bank Negara Malaysia.
Duties of the Shariah Committee. The bank activities are subject to the Shariah compliance and confirmation by the Shariah Committee, consisting of minimum 5 members appointed by the Board of Directors for a 2-year term. The duties and responsibility of the Shariah Committee are governed by the Shariah Governance Framework for Islamic Financial Institution issued by the Bank Negara Malaysia. The main duties of the Shariah Committee are as follows. The first one, responsibility and accountability. The Shariah Committee is expected to understand that in the course of discharging the duties of the Shariah Committee members and responsibility and accountable for all Shariah decision, opinion and view provided by them. The second one, advice to the board and bank including the bank subsidiaries. The Shariah Committee is expected to advise the board management including the bank subsidies and provide input to the bank on Shariah matters in order for the bank to comply with Shariah principle at all times. Next, under Shariah policy and procedure. The Shariah Committee is expected to endorse Shariah policy and procedure prepared by the bank and to ensure that the content do not contain any elements which are not in line with Shariah. Other than that, endorse and validate relevant documentation to ensure that the product of the bank comply with Shariah principle. The Shariah Committee must approve: number 1, the term and condition contained in the form, contract, agreement, or other legal documentation used in executing the transaction. Number 2, the product manual, marketing, advertisement, sales illustration, and brochure used to describe the product. Number 5, assess work carried out by the Shariah review and Shariah audit to assess the work carried out by Shariah review and Shariah audit in order to ensure compliance with Shariah matters, which form part of the duties in providing the assessment of Shariah compliance and assurance information in the annual report. Therefore, as is related parties on Shariah matters, the related parties of the bank such as its ledger counsel, auditor, or consultant may seek advice on Shariah matters. When the Shariah community and the Shariah Committee is expected to provide the necessary assistance to the requesting parties. Next, Shariah Advisory Council Bank Negara Malaysia. The Shariah Committee may advise the bank to consult the Shariah Advisory Council of the Bank Negara Malaysia on Shariah matters that could not be resolved. In case where there are uncertainties and differences of opinion, the bank may seek advice and refer for a ruling from the Shariah Advisory Council. The request for advice shall be communicated through the Secretary of the Shariah Advisory Council. Members of Shariah Committee must not act in a manner that would undermine the rulings and decisions made by the Shariah Advisory Council of Bank Negara Malaysia or the committee they represent. They are required to respect and observe the published Shariah ruling is issued by the Shariah Advisory Council and shall not go against the decision of the committee that they represent in public. Other than that, provide written Shariah opinion. The Shariah Committee is required to provide written Shariah opinion in circumstances where the bank make reference to
to the Shariah Advisory Council for further deliberation or whether banks submit application to the bank for new product approval. Next, provide the bank with guidelines and advice on rigorous methods to ensure the bank overall activities are in line with Shariah. Other than that, make decisions on matters arising from existing and future activities of the bank which have regulation repercussion.
Next, report to the shareholder and the depositor that all the bank activity are in accordance with Shariah. Another that, provide Shariah advisory and consultancy service in all matters relating to banks, products, transaction and activity as well as other businesses involving the bank. Another that, scrutinize and endorses the annual financial report of the bank. In addition, provide training to the staff as well as notes or relevant materials for their reference. Another that, represent the bank or to attend any meeting with the Shariah Advisory Council or other relevant bodies concerning any Shariah issue relating to the bank. Another that, the Shariah Committee shall maintain the confidentiality of the BMMB's internal information and shall responsible for the safeguarding of confidential information. He or she should maintain all information in strict confidence, except when disclosure is authorized by the Act or required by law. And lastly, the Shariah Committee shall ensure the quality and consistency of the Shariah decision.